Hi, Poppy here again. Have any of you ever played on a tire swing? I bet a lot of you older folks have, but I don't know about this younger generation. There's so many swing sets and everything around nowadays, and people live in the city. But we grew up in the country, and we had lots of big oak trees in our yard. Beautiful big trees. And there's a poem I'd like to read to you that was written by a man named Joyce. Yes, that was his first name. His name was Joyce. His last name was Kilmer. And he wrote this many years ago, way back in the 1800s. And here's what he wrote. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree who maybe in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. I love that poem. I can't make a tree, can you? Well, you know, many, many years ago, when my brother Freddie and I were small children, we saw that a lot of the kids around in Possum Trot had tire swings. And we thought, we want a tire swing too. You know what a tire swing is? Maybe some of you younger kids don't know. But a tire swing is, I'll tell you, we went up to Mr. Umpy's gas station. He owns the restaurant and he owns the gas station. And we went up to the gas station and he always had a bunch of old tires stacked on an angle like in the back of his gas station. And we went up to Mr. Umpy and we said, Mr. Umpy, are you just going to throw those tires away or can we have one? And he said, well, I usually get a little money for the rubber. He said, how about I charge you 50 cents for a tire? 50 cents? Well, Freddie and I were pretty young and we didn't have 50 cents with us or anything. So we went home, looked in our piggy banks, and we came up with 50 cents. And we came back to Mr. Umpy's station. Here, Mr. Umpy, here's 50 cents. And so he gave us a really nice tire from off of a car. And we rolled that tire home. It was just like getting a new toy. And we found in Daddy's workshop, he had a great big thick hemp rope. And so we took that tire out to one of our biggest oak trees. It had huge limbs on it that went way out into the yard. And we thought, oh, that's a great place for a tire swing. So we threw that rope over a limb and then tied it at the bottom around. We put it through the hole in the tire and we tied it at the bottom real tight. Freddie was older than me, so he had more muscle, and he pulled on that and he tied it real tight. And we thought, there. And so we were so happy, and we started playing with our new tire swing. And we were taking turns pushing. Well, then it came Freddie's turn to push me again, and he had an idea that he was going to give me a real big push that nobody in the whole world has ever seen before. So he backed up with that tire, backed up, and I'm looking down like this. Freddie, stop, stop, I can't go any higher. And then he started to run, and he ran and gave me the biggest push over his head that has ever lived before. And then he quick got down on the ground so I wouldn't clobber him with my shoes. And he crawled away, and I was swinging back and forth, and I saw the trunk of the tree was a real big round thing. It was near me, But it seemed like the trajectory I was swinging, it seemed like it was getting closer and closer. I thought, oh no, I see it coming now. I'm going to slam right into that trunk, and I'm going to look like a potato pancake before I'm done with this ride. So anyway, I gave a push away from it, and then I started twirling around, and there was just no direction at all for that tire. And then I went up this way again, and there was a big branch, a big old heavy limb. So I thought, I'll get that limb and stop myself or slow down anyway. So I went up, and I was able to get, my legs were through the tire. I was able to get my legs up over that limb and, bend my knees and get over so I'm there on that limb with the tire around me and my legs over the limb. And I thought, now what do I do? I was sort of like in a lounge chair, which I didn't want to be when I'm 20 feet above the ground. And so anyway, I was getting kind of weary. I didn't know what to do. And my legs were getting weak and tired, and I couldn't hold on anymore. But if I let go, that trunk was right there waiting for me and to slam me right into that trunk. And so, it was just awful. So what I did is I managed to climb up, got my feet back in the tire one at a time and holding onto the branch, and I pushed myself, got over that limb. So then I'm hanging over the limb like that, and now the tire is down below me swinging around, and I finally got my legs swung around, got on top of the limb. And then I thought, oh, this is just awful. The limb wasn't that big around, but at least I was standing up. And I saw a bigger limb. I thought, oh, that one looks a lot more comfortable. And I was yelling, Mama, Mama. And it was almost time for Daddy to come home from work. So I was yelling, Daddy, Daddy, do you hear me? Nobody heard me. And I thought, oh, this is awful. So I finally got up higher into that limb. And then the horses started kind of nickering. And I thought, oh, good. Well, you know why the horses were nickering? There was a storm coming. A big black cloud was rolling in. And the horses kind of run around the pasture, and they know when there's a storm coming. And I could see they got those little soft velvety noses, and I could see they were nickering a lot. Well, then the cows started to bellow, started to moo. And the chickens, especially the hens, the women all started to cackle, and the roosters started crowing, and the whole backyard, the farmyard, was nickering and bellowing and cackling and crowing, and the storm was getting closer and closer. Boom, the thunder. And I thought, I'm up here in the tree. Oh, dear Jesus, please help me. I don't want to be up in the tree in the thunderstorm. Please help me. Well, those cows and the horses and the chickens started putting up such a racket because of the thunder that was moving in, and there was flashes of lightning. And so my mom and Dad came out, and I could tell they were talking to Freddie down there outside the back door. But what they were saying is, don't you remember the last time that you saw Poppy? Don't you know where he said, I have no idea where Poppy is. I don't know where she went. And then my dad looked up in the tree because he thought he heard something, and it was me up there. Help! And he looked up in the tree. Poppy, what are you doing way up there? I don't know. I just got up here and I can't get down again, and I'm scared the thunderstorm is coming. Help me, Daddy. Help me down. And Daddy turned to Freddie and said, Freddie, why didn't you know she'd be in the tree with that tire swing? I don't know. That was was always his answer. I don't know. Brothers. So anyway, Daddy said, hold on, I'm coming with a ladder. I've been holding on for over an hour. And so he went and got his big wooden ladder, a big long ladder. Remember, they were made out of wood. And then he put that up against the tree trunk, and it had another section to it where you could lift another section up even above that, way, way up. Well, he climbed up that and could almost reach my toe, And he said, okay, Poppy, don't worry, I'm here. Well, he was on the top rung of the ladder, and I was putting my toe down as far as I could without losing my balance. And he said, okay, Poppy, now I'm going to ask you to do something real brave. I want you to jump. Sorry. I want you to jump down. This is what happens when they talk too much. He said, now, Poppy, I got your shoe. Now you gotta let go of the branch. Let go. No! Let go of the branch. I've got you. So I let go of the branch, and boom, down I went into my daddy's arms. And then he put me in front of his chest, and we gradually went down both sections of that ladder together. And as soon as I hit the ground and I saw Freddie, I said, I'm going to get you. I'm going to put 2 black eyes right on each side of your nose, and I'm going to do this and that. And he started running. What a wimp he is. He thinks he's big stuff, but he's really a wimp. And then Daddy said, all right, you're safe now. Don't worry about it. And he put his ladder away just in time. And then the rain really started pounding. But we were all safe and sound inside the house, and Mama had made us a real good dinner of, it was a potato soup. I like potato soup with, it's called potato chowder, you know, it's got the corn and the celery in it and everything. Oh, it was so good and warm. And so we were sitting in there eating our corn potato chowder while it was raining cats and dogs outside and the thunder was booming. But you know, that's the way we kind of conduct our lives sometimes. We get these great ideas and we pay to try these great ideas. For us, it was just 50 cents. But a lot of people pay money, and then they get it home, and then they try it, and it's not as great as what they thought, or it is just for a little while, but then pretty soon they find out the newness wears off, and sometimes it can even get us in a lot of trouble. And so a lot of adults have the same problems that I had up in the tree limb. We get caught out on a limb and we don't know where to go or what to do, but we know there's the world below us. If we fall, we're going to be in big trouble. But God comes along with the most unexpected answers to our prayers. You know how he answered me? He answered me with the horses and with the cows and with the chickens, because they were running around and scurrying. They knew a storm was coming, and they knew I was in the tree. And that's the way God is. He knows when we get in a tree. And he answers us through unexpected ways. Not always through cows, horses, and chickens, but unexpected things happen to us that let other people know, or let God know. He knows that we are in trouble and that we need help. And God is our Heavenly Father, and he's got this big ladder and big strong arms that can come up and help and get us when we're out on a limb. God never fails. He never, ever fails to bring us home where we're safe and secure again. Never, never fails. Okay, that's the end of my possum trot story today. Talk to you another time. Stupid brothers. Stupid brothers. Bye-bye.